Good morning everyone. I've waited all morning for it to actually get light, and it's still really dark and raining, so I'll have to do now, because I'll leave it any later it'll be completely dark. But then again, it's January, I guess what more can we expect? Anyway, so if it's very dark, I apologise. I have got all my lights on. I do need to invest in some sort of a lamp to put over my table, just so I can actually see what I'm doing. Anyway, I'm back today to share another winter themed journal, because as you can guess, I'm still in winter mode. I do love winter, but not the rain. But anyway, this is based on one of my favourite books, The Snow Queen. This year I've decided in my journals just to push myself a bit and give myself some new things to aim at. I'm going to do some journals based on my favourite books or my favourite characters in books. Did one or two last year. I did Miss Havisham. I think I did something else, but I've got quite a few books that I love and characters which I love, and I just love to sort of get them into a journal somehow. Anyway, as I said, today is The Snow Queen by Hans Christian Andersen. I loved this book growing up. I think my mum brought me a copy when I was really young, and I've always been really into The Snow Queen, probably where my love of snow came from. In fact, I love The Snow Queen so much in the actual film. Oh yes, I've got the DVD and the books and the audio book and everything of it. I'm a little bit sad that way. Her palace is all white and frosty, and I loved it so much. I always said when I got a spare bedroom, I will decorate it like the Snow Queen palace. Anyway, I have now got my spare bedroom, and everything is completely white in it, and it's very frosty and wintry, and it's aimed at looking like the Snow Queen's palace. But I guess that's not really what you want to hear about my spare bedroom decor. So on to the journal. It's a traveller's notebook size, which is well, I think, I'm never sure, I've done mine anyway, 8.5 by 4.25, I think. Excuse me. It has 60 pages front to back, and it's looking a little bit chunky, but there's some envelopes and stuff which I've also made to go with it, which can easily be removed. Anyway, the front of it, I've just well, in fact I'll undo it, it might be a bit easier to explain. It's just got a little simple closure of some ribbon which runs onto the back. Take that off. I have done a little envelope with this journal. Just put the journal to one side a minute. Just a little envelope I've decorated up with some, I think they're white wools. A lot of these images are from a book that I had. I had 2 copies of The Snow Queen, and I've just cut it up and used some pages out of it. I've just put a few little bits of lace and snippets, snowflake, some snowflakes on the back, and a little padded heart. And all it's got in is just some journaling tags, little journaling booklet with some pages in, journaling cards. It's just handy for keeping little bits and bobs in, but this does come with the journal. So I'll just put that to one side. Back to the journal. The cover is, I've done it on Craftex, and it's got corrugated card, a little image of the Snow Queen, little padded heart, some bits of cheesecloth, and some lovely, like, it's like it's hard to describe, it's like a netting, but it's got snowflakes on. My dear friend Tina sent it to me, and she picked some up, and she sent me quite a big piece of it actually, and I love it. And I've incorporated that onto over the back. Underneath is a fabric. It's navy blue with white snowflakes on, and then it's got the see-through net over the top. I just thought the image, what I was trying to create was that it was snowing. Right, let me see if I can get myself in frame before I start. I've said it's got 60 pages in. I think I said that. I've done a little pocket at the front. And it's just got a little journaling card in with a little image on, and all that is gold does not glitter, for all those who wander are lost, The all that is strong does not wither. Deep roots are not reached by the frost. That's by J.R.R. Tolkien. That just goes in there, and it's just a handy little pocket for keeping bits of cards and what have you. A lot of pages I've dyed with my Tim Holtz Distress inks. A little picture of the Snow Queen. I've done a little pocket with some more of that fabric. Just put little bits of snowflake on, bits of fibres, just to make it look a bit frothy. I've got some tags in here. These tags are from Artimaze. They're a freebie from a Facebook group, so these are lovely. They're very wintry, frosty looking. As for actual digital papers, I've not really used much. I'm going through a de-stash phase at the moment. I've got tons of bits of papers and half-used kits, and I'm trying to use them all up. But there is a little bit of Artimaze Winter's Tale in it. But I think that is probably all, and that's because it went very well with the blues and the wintry feel to it. Just a little tuck spot here. I've just got some more papers for journaling. Just goes behind there. Done another little tuck spot here where I've got a couple of tags in, which has just got some reindeer on, and a little quote. In the depths of winter, I finally learned that within me there lay an invincible summer. Just collaged up again with some bits of die cuts and snowflakes. Have left plenty spacing for writing, and I've just done some little tucks at the side. Just add a bit of fibre to it. Little fold out. I love this image. It's from the book, The Snow Queen, and picture of a beautiful Snow Queen. Done a little tuck spot at the back here with a journaling card in. Oh, have used some of Stamperia Pack, a Winter Soul I think it's called as well. I was using up that papers from that. I've done a little flip out here where I've made it into a little pocket. It's just got some tags in. All the images are from the book, The Snow Queen. Like I said, I did have this book from years ago, but I recently spotted it on eBay, so I had to buy it. I just thought it'd be lovely to put into a journal. Just some more textures and fibres. A little tag with a reindeer on. Some more plain paper for writing. Another little image. It's funny how when you're younger, a book makes such a massive impact on you in your life. I'm like that with my books. I do have favourites that I reread over and over again, and this is definitely one of them. I love this image here of, is it Gelda? Gerda. Gerda, she's called. I always want to call her Gelda. It's looking at a little, I think it's a black crow or a rook. Some more textures. And I love this picture. It's just like of a winter woods, and it always makes me feel as though I could walk through it. Some more stained paper. I have sort of distressed all the edges on the papers. This is going into my, well, I've put it into my Etsy shop this morning, if anybody's interested. A little tag from one of the pictures out of the book. And I've just made a couple of tags into a tuck spot. I must actually now get out of winter mode. I've just been in the mood for making winter journals, and I think like I said, I've got a big box here at the side of me, full of bits and pieces, half-used kits, ephemera. I'm going to, I think, make a couple of de-stashing journals. I'm going to call them my de-stashing journals, and I think they're just going to be very lace orientated, because I've got a lot of lace knocking about as well that really does need using up, and I'm going to try and also not keep buying things and printing more things until I've used what I've got, but I guess that'll be easier said than done. This was another piece of that little lace that I was telling you about that just does look like falling snow, and I just love I love the feel of it and everything. So thank you, Tina, for thinking of me when you was out. Some more writing space. I've just got a little, this I think was a little bag that I was gifted, and it's got little silver snowflakes on, so I've just made a little pocket out of these, and these tags again are the freebies from Artie May's Facebook group. I'm not sure where I got these little reindeers from, but I found them in my stash, so I thought I'll just go, well, here's like you would see them in a snowy woods. I've just put a little bit more of this fabric, I think it was the other half of that actually, but I just love the snowflakes on it, and I like the effect it gives on the page. I missed a page here, yeah, just some plain writing paper. A little bit of collage here of a snow fairy covered with snow. Just coming to the end of it now. I think this is a fold out here which you could always like attach pictures to, or even journal on, or gesso over and journal on. I try to do that sometimes when I'm running out of space in my journals. And the back page I've just left pretty blank. I didn't really want to stash it with any more stuff. As you can see, it was getting a little bit chunky, especially with the, I did originally have the envelope inside, but it was just getting too chunky, so envelope can just either go at the back or whatever. Anyway, sorry if it was a little too dark for you to see properly. I will post some pictures on Facebook Junk Journal Junkies groups and some of the groups I'm in. Once again, thank you for watching, and hope you're all enjoying your day. Take care, talk soon, bye.